Hello, my name is Ryan Miller with Spine Physical Therapy. I'm a member of the Business First chapter of BNI in Kalamazoo, Michigan. And I've been the vice president for the chapter for the past 1 year. I've also been vice president several times in the past. So as I'm getting ready to turn the responsibilities over to a new leadership team, I wanted to kind of have tabs on what I've been doing. I've created a system, a binder that I use as vice president to keep organized and to help me best serve the chapter by having the right information for each meeting. So as I'm getting ready to turn this information in the binder that I've created over to the new vice president, I wanted to, again, have a record of what I created so that inevitably when I become the vice president again, I can refer back to that, and also maybe it's a tool that other members could use. So I'm going to go through the binder that I've created and show you what's worked for me, again, to stay organized as vice president for BNI chapter and help my members. So this is the BNI vice president's binder that I've created. Of course, it's green for money. On the outside is a blank copy of our attendance or PALMS sheet. First tab I have is for this week. This would be for the current week's meeting information I need for that. I'll have a copy of the agenda in there. I'll have a copy of the PALMS report that we use for attendance and recording the slips that are turned in as well. So anything I need for the current week's meeting. The next section I have is I have one page for each of the membership committee members that I would chair and oversee as vice president. So any information I would have for them that I need to review, statistics, PALMS data regarding members and that are part of their team that we've created, I would put for each member so I could follow up with them during a membership committee meeting or report. The next page I have is regarding last week's meeting. I have a copy of the PALMS data. I also have a copy of all the slips that we turned in that were entered into BNI Connect, the referral slips, the closed business, the CE slips, the one-to-one slips are all there. The next page is from 2 weeks ago. Again, the PALMS report that was entered into BNI Connect, all of the slips. Most important function for here, or reason behind this tab for 2 weeks ago, is having the referral slips so that when the president wants to do a referral reality check, I can pull those slips out and use those at that time. The next page I have is attendance sheets. I usually print those out, a month's worth of those. I don't want to do any more than that because you're likely to add or drop members if you print out too many of them, but I find that 1 month's worth works, and then we use those for attendance, check-in, as well as recording all of the slips information that are turned in. I've got a page of the agenda, the meeting agenda, the script that we follow to keep us on track and that we cover the right information. This is also helpful if the president is not there and the vice president or another member needs to fill in, they can follow that script and have that here. The next tab I have is the year-to-date PALMS data. I will print this out each week. I run this report after I've entered information to BNI Connect. I run a year-to-date total. I also keep last month's PALM data. I print that out at the end of each month. This allows us to recognize the leaders. It also allows us for mentoring to have membership committee members follow up with the members. In this binder, I also have last month's traffic lights so we can see the members' data on the traffic lights. I keep all of the control letters that are sent out. For us, in my experience in BNI, normal, most common control letter are the absent letters. So as I send those out to members, I keep a hard copy of that in this binder as well. I have a tab of the training schedule, especially with MSP or Member Success Program, so that we know when the most current one of that is. I've got sheets of notable networkers. We use these at the first meeting of the month to recognize the previous month's leaders on referrals, attendance, CEs, one-to-ones, things of that nature. We've got a fairly thick packet full of membership applications, so we have those on file when we have visitors. We've got a page of renewal applications for current members. This allows us to give those to the members ahead of time before the renewal date is up. Also in this VP binder, I have a copy of the membership renewal review form. This is helpful to go over with a member before the renewal date is up. If a chapter is a goal setting chapter, vice president could have in this binder a copy of those goals. Credit card slips. Again, if you have a visitor, or excuse me, I skipped a page here. I have a copy of the bio sheets. So if you have a featured presentation for that day, did not fill out a bio sheet, you have a blank one to fill out. Now here's the credit card slips. If you got a visitor that's applying, wants to have payment, great to have those on hand. It can be helpful to have a copy of the general policies. Again, as a vice president chairing the membership committee, this may come up. We've got a tab of blank envelopes and stamps. If we have to send out a control letter, I've got those on hand. I know some chapters will have members fill those out and self-address those. The only caveat I have with that is that somebody then has to hang on to those 3 envelopes for every member. I'd rather just have a few blank ones and I can fill those out as necessary. Some general BNI contact information, copy of the BNI Code of Ethics, something we recite when we induct a new member, information on the member orientation guide.